Hi everyone. Today let's try to solve another problem on projections of planes. We have the second problem on triangles. The question is like this. An equilateral triangular lamina of 25 mm side lies on one of its sides on HP. The lamina makes 45 degree with HP and one of its median is inclined at 40 degree to VP. Draw its projections. Here in this question we have a triangle of 25 mm sides and it makes an angle of 45 degree with respect to HP as well as 40 degree with respect to VP. This particular problem is of the beta angle problem, or else we can call it as the locus problem. Let's try to solve this particular problem. So it is similar to the previous problem. The first thing we have to do is draw the XY line. We'll draw the XY line. We'll name it out. X out here in caps, Y out here, VP and HP. Now we'll place this particular namings at the relevant positions that we need. Now we'll take the line again. We'll take it as visible and we'll draw the triangle out here. So the triangle is of 25 mm sides, 25, enter. Here I'll give the angle as minus 90, enter. And with the help of alignment indicator, I will place it out here and then press 25 length, enter, once again enter, and then I will join it here. Once I join it here, we'll give the namings. Before that, let's complete the front view also. We'll take the normal line, we'll project the line till here, same as from this particular point to till here. We'll change the line to visible to draw the front view of the triangle till here. Now, as we have completed, we'll name it out. This particular point is A, this one is B, and this one is C. And here it is B dash bracket A dash bracket close, and here it is C dash. Now we'll place the namings correctly. C dash out here. The triangle is of 25 mm sides. We'll use the smart dimension to specify the dimension of the triangle. Now we'll measure this particular distance. It should be same as that of the previous 21.65. We'll take the line, visible line. We'll start from here. We'll take the length as 21.65 and we'll specify the angle as 45 degree here, as it is making an angle of 45 degree with respect to HP. We'll change the line to normal. We'll drag the line down the projection from here, and from point B till here, this is point B. So I haven't marked the namings, I had to mark it. So here it is B dash and A dash, and this one is C dash. So this particular point is B now. We'll name it here, and then point A is from here till here, and then point C is from here till here. We'll place the namings, then we'll draw the lines. So I just created double copies. We'll delete that. We'll trim the excess lines so that we can draw the triangle correctly, the visible triangle. So from A, click on the end, to B, B to C, and C back to A. Now we have the triangle at the second position. Now we have to specify the angle out here. The angle out here is 45 degree. Now in the question you can see that it makes an angle of 40 degree with respect to VP. So now there are two ways of drawing this particular locus. One is a difficult and one is quite easier. Now let's try to solve with the difficult method. We'll take the normal line, and here it is making an angle of 40 degree. I won't specify the length. I'll skip on to the angle and I'll specify the length as angle as minus 40 degree. Enter. I have a 40 degree line out here. Now I will draw a cross line just to initiate a point, and I will trim this particular line. Now to draw the locus, I have these two measurements. One is 21.65 and this particular measurement 15.31. So now I will take the arc by center point. I'll place it at the tip of this line which I have drawn first, and I will measure the length as give the radius as 21.65. and hit enter, and I will draw an arc out here. Now I will trim this particular end of the arc just because to have a center line passing to this particular line or the arc, so that the line doesn't go away from that particular point. Now again I will take the arc by center point, will zoom this particular area, will zoom it out. Now arc by center point, from this particular tip of the line we have to give the radius as 15.31 and hit enter. Now we have to cut at this particular point, at the shorter end, not at this particular longer end. So I will draw another arc from this particular end, and same as I will trim this particular side. Now again I will draw a line connecting from this particular point to this particular point. So one thing we have forgotten, that is I will extend this line, extend to next. So this still here. So this particular triangle has a median. So we have to give the name for the median. So this one I will give it as D1 and this as D. So initially this particular point what we had drawn first was D1 and this is point D. Now I have to copy this particular triangle out here. For that I will press hold the control key and press the lines one by one, or else you can entirely select this line, then press hold the control and press the line. It will select the namings also, so you can do any of the method that you want to copy. I'll press hold the control key and drag this particular triangle out. Once I drag it out, I will trim the extra lines that are not necessary. Again I'll select this particular triangle. Now I'm going to click on the command move. I'm going to click at the tip of this particular triangle and I will zoom this area and then I will rotate it. I'll come and place it here at the tip of this particular point. Next, I'm going to use the rotate command, and at the tip of this line and this particular line, I'll rotate the triangle and I'll place it on the line. See, this actually completes the rotation or the locus rotation. So now here we have to find the beta angle also. So for that, we'll extend the line of this particular triangle, that is a median line. So this particular line we have to extend it up. Before that, we'll finish with the top portion. We'll take the normal line, we'll project the line straight here, we'll name it out. We have the point C out here and point A here and point B out here. We'll place it here. Now we'll take the normal line. So first we'll take the point A, that is still here. Next is point B, which comes still here, and lastly the point C till here. Now I will change the line to visible and I will connect all the ends of the line. And here the naming, here it is A dash, and this one is B dash, and this one is C dash. We'll trim the excess line which are not necessary, this particular lines. So this particular line I will keep it as it is, just to show the construction of the locus. Now the angle between these 2 points is 40 degree and the angle of beta angle that we get is around 65 degree. Now let's try to solve this particular locus with the simpler method here itself. So I'll just extend the line, or I'll just move this line y out here, and I'll just try to extend the line here a little bit. A normal line will take it and I will just a little bit extend it out here. Now how do I draw a locus? So first I'll take a normal line, a simpler method. So I'll draw it downwards so that none of the indicator lines coincide with the alignment indicator. Now I'll click out here. I'll specify the length as 21.65 and I'll give the angle as minus 40 degree. Enter. And then I will draw a line out here. Next, from the tip of this line, I will place onto this line here and I will specify the length of the line as 15.31 and hit enter. I will press my enter once again. Now you can see the measure the angle. See this particular angle, you can see it is 40 and this particular angle It is same as that of the one which I have done previously, 40 and 65. Now for this the same method follows. Press hold the control key and select all the lines along with the median, drag it out, trim the extra line, that is the median extra line, and select it again and then place it out here in the same way as we did in the previous step. Zoom that particular area, place it at the tip of this line, then use the rotate command, pick at the tip of this line and here and place on the line that we have drawn. Now this actually gives you the locus. Now we can mark the angle and verify it. Zoom it and then mark the angle so that it will be easy. See, it gives you the angle 40 and here 65. Both are giving the same measurements. So this is another method. Whichever the method finds you easy can be done.